Yo, what's going on, people? Digi here. Welcome back to another video, a proof review. Today, going to be having a look at the Kira project. Had a detailed and in-depth review, and just talking about what the project does, what its features are, a little bit about the team, the tokenomics, and also the community. Now, before we get started, as always, all views and opinions expressed in these videos and our reviews are those of the team and not to be considered as financial advice. So now we've got that out of the way, let's have a quick look. So Kira scored a very impressive 60 out of 80 on our review matrix, giving it an A rating. So if we move over onto the review, if anyone wants to check out the review in more detail, you can visit our website at proofofreview.com/reviews/Kira. But yeah, as you can see, we did a detailed review, the Kira project. So let's actually take a quick look and see what the project's about. So we go over to the Kira Net website. Sorry, I'm getting confused with its exchange. There's so many features on this project that I'm getting a little confused. But yeah, a little bit about Kira. So it's the first decentralized network that enables market access to any digital asset in the Interchange ecosystem. What does that mean? So basically, they've got several features available. They're building their own blockchain, and let's pull up the review. Basically, it's a DeFi application that provides access to the market for any digital token in the Interchain ecosystem, as we mentioned, and utilizes 100% of your working capital without locking it up. With Kira, you'll be able to stake any fungible or non-fungible token and claim the rewards from multiple chains, trade it on Kira, or use it on other DeFis at the same time. So that's quite a lot to take in. Basically, it seems like what these guys are trying to introduce is an interchain protocol that allows users to kind of interact with any other blockchains out there, and basically, be able to stake, but also be able to trade their tokens on the Interchange Exchange. So having a look at the features on the project, I think this is one of the most impressive things that we liked. Several features that stood out for us. First of all was the Interchange Exchange, what we mentioned. Basically, it's an asset exchange which allows a transfer of any asset. The main utility of the Kira exchange is to provide full liquidity to all assets at stake while enabling traders to benefit from the block and network fees. So again, basically, it kind of gives you the ability to trade various coins on one platform. Anyone who uses Uniswap will know limitations of the platform, that it only allows you to trade ERC20 tokens. With the Interchain Exchange, not only will you be able to trade on various blockchains on one platform, but also you'll be able to stake on there as well, so you'll be able to get further rewards directly through the exchange. The next thing that really kind of stood out to us about the project was the multi-bonded proof of stake, and again allows users to generate revenues from staking both cryptocurrencies and real-world assets such as fiat commodities. Basically, one of the key things is right now, if you're staking something, there's lots of different wallets for you to do so. Think Tezos, think other coins. The MBPOS is going to allow users to stake all in one platform. And I think the last feature was a key one that really stood out to us. I want to try and keep this video under 10 minutes, so just kind of whiz through this. But the key feature of the platform that I feel is the initial validator offering, or the IVO. Basically, it's a crowdfunding mechanism where investors place their existing tokens or assets at stake using one or many proof-of-stake networks to interchain mine a new token instead of liquidating their valuable assets to acquire new and highly speculative tokens. So in layman's terms, or in very basic English, what that means is the platform is going to allow you to get involved in new crowd sales with your initial collateral as a deposit, that then issues new coins on their platform, which are then used to purchase this ICO, or basically fundraising that you're looking to get into. Now, I think one of the key things to take away from this is right now you're either paying an ETH or BTC to get into these projects, or maybe it's moving on to USDT as the industry matures. But one of the key things from anyone from 2017-18 remembers, if you paid in Bitcoin and you bought your ICO, your underlying issue was it needed to be higher than the Bitcoin price you paid for it to be obviously worth it for you as an investment. Now, one of the key facts with that is as Bitcoin price increased, the Satoshi value compared to the coin kind of leveled out to, implement the dollar value. And a lot of investors were hung dry, as with investments that had actually gone up in the dollar value, but they were still down in their overall Bitcoin amount that they put in. So in a quick conclusion about the project, one of the key things that stands out is the thoughts that have gone into addressing the current problems faced in this industry today. It's impressive that they cover several elements in the ecosystem, including trading on exchanges, funding for startups, and creating a cross-chain proof-of-stake network. Now, the room for adoption for the project is huge, considering what they're able to offer compared to their competitors. But as we can see when we move on to the tokenomics, their mainnet is not currently live yet, and they are basically still going through their fundraising process and are waiting to distribute tokens as the mainnet comes live later this year. Now, in terms of the utility for the token associated with the project, the token is known as KEX, and it's a native staking asset of the Kera network. By staking the coin, holders are able to claim revenues from the operations of the exchange or the protocols such as block and fee rewards. So if you think of staking, if you think of the fees involved in the exchange, etc. KEX holders also have the ability to become part of the governance model and validate a set of the Kera network. So again, key feature is the ability to define interest rates for staking foreign tokens on the protocol, which in turn increases security and liquidity of the exchange. Finally, in terms of utility, KEX also acts as a reserve currency in terms of which staking and all other assets are valued. So moving on to the team, again, you can find all this information on the website if you'd like, a bit more concisely, but the team's very clearly labelled. All of them have got LinkedIn profiles, which we like to see as a mandatory. And in terms of the team, we actually did a podcast with Milana and Mateus recently. So if you're interested in finding more about the team and the project and how it came about, the link will be in the description below. But in terms of the team, very strong team. A little bit of information here. The CEO, Milana, has a BA in economics. I think one of the most impressive elements of her story was she got involved in crypto in 2017. She quickly got a job working at Binance as a customer support before moving into advisory and consultant position at several blockchain projects, and then finally launching her project Kera in 2019. One of the most impressive parts of this is it's the traditional story you will hear in any industry where someone starts off in an industry, they start at the bottom, they work their way up, and they eventually launch their own company with the experiences that they've gained. This is something that really came out in the podcast with Milana. So again, just really impressive for us to see that founders of projects are now kind of people who've been in this space for a while. They really understand the tokenomics and they really understand what the market needs are and what to provide for that. In terms of the company, there is company information available on their LinkedIn. The headquarters are in Prague in the Czech Republic. The funding for the project was approximately 4 million, which consisted of 3.6 million raised privately in seed rounds and a 400k public sale. Now, development for the project is probably our key thing and the only thing that held it back from getting a much higher score. So the mainnet is due to launch later this year with testnet in a couple of months, an auditing process, and then the mainnet kind of looking towards maybe like November, Christmas time. The staking for the project and other features will be activated next year, which is outlined on the roadmap on the website. I can pull that up. Yep, there we go. So that's all outlined here. So basically we're looking at maybe a year's time for this project to actually get to the stage where it needs to be to say that it's delivering all of its features. Again, it's probably the only thing that held it back from getting a higher score. In terms of the code, team advised that they'll conduct auditing of their protocol before mainnet is launched. This should be a mandatory for all projects. I know there are projects who come out and do their auditing later on, but you're better off finding bugs beforehand, paying the money for that, and then moving forward with a fully working protocol with no identifiable bugs at the time. And then the final thing, just a little bit about the community. So the community for the Kera project is growing as they, kind of get the word of mouth out about what they're doing. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a cough here that we're waiting to get out. Right, that's a bit better. So in terms of the community for the project, obviously is an early project in its very early stages. It's just growing its community. That will develop more as the tokens are distributed and the mainnet goes live. Just a couple of things that we would like to recommend to the team for areas of improvement here would be maybe implementing a Discord channel. I often find that Telegram channels are difficult to maintain conversation with individuals, but also to stick on topic around any one thing because it's one channel and people are just talking about everything. So I always recommend making a Discord channel just to better organize various communication channels in there, and also allow for better communication for non-English speaking communities, so you can set up language channels, etc. Now the website for the project is very clean, detailed, it's also concise as well at the same time. But also one area of recommendation we'd make is adding a multilingual option so non-native English speakers can also find out the information quite easily. There's a white paper listed on here as well, which again should be mandatory for any project that doesn't have its mainnet out. And as you can see, all the socials are listed below. And then the final thing we wanted to say, well, there's nothing much to say, was we're not able to do any technical analysis on the Kira project just because the coin is not available for trading right now. As a result, we've scored the project out of 80 instead of the traditional 100 score that we use. And best plug in my charger before we finish here. And as you can see, project scored a highly impressive 60 out of 80 based on our scoring matrix, and we score the project at an A rating. You have an excellent vision and the ability to change crowdfunding in the blockchain space with their IVO feature. That's one thing that really stood out to me. And just wrapping up, once a mainnet is live and the main features are active, we'll come back to reassess our rating. But as you can see, team scored really high. Also, the use case and the about for the project. A couple of areas for improvement, which will just come in time, which will be their community. As they get bigger, they'll get more scores here. And in terms of the tokenomics, again, as you can see, there's been no distribution, there's no block explorer. So once the mainnet is live and the coins are distributed, we will increase these accordingly. So yeah, that's it for today for Kira. If you guys are interested in finding out more information, you can visit their website on the link on the review. You can check out more reviews on our channel, which is proofreview.com/project reviews. And yeah, if you guys like the video, please hit the like and subscribe button, all of that, and we'll see you soon. Thank you for watching.